Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Today latest news. Today we're covering a major development that has caught the attention of everyone following Iraq's ongoing currency reform. After years of speculation and discussion, real evidence has now begun to surface inside Iraq. Smaller denomination dinar notes are appearing across the country. For many observers, this is a tangible sign that Iraq's long-planned monetary transition is no longer theoretical. The process has moved from talk to action, and it's happening in real time on the ground. For years, most transactions in Iraq relied on larger bills such as the 25,000, 10,000, and 5,000 dinar notes. These denominations have been a staple in the Iraqi economy since the early 2000s. But their dominance also created challenges. Now, for the first time, the Central Bank of Iraq is taking visible steps toward reintroducing smaller, more practical denominations. Reports indicate that notes as low as 1, 5, 10, 20, and 50 dinars, and even coins, are beginning to circulate, marking a clear shift in the structure of Iraq's currency system. This transition isn't random or chaotic. It's part of a structured and deliberate plan designed to modernize Iraq's financial system. Citizens across Iraq have been encouraged to exchange their larger denomination bills at local banks in an organized process, overseen by the central bank. While some might assume that turning in large notes signals a loss of value, experts emphasize that it's actually the opposite. It's a normal part of preparing for smaller, more usable currency units that can better serve the local economy. The goal of introducing these smaller notes is practicality. If Iraq's currency gained strength, holding massive notes for everyday purchases would become cumbersome. Imagine paying for a loaf of bread with a note worth tens of thousands of dinars. Clearly, that's not practical. Smaller denominations make it easier for citizens to conduct daily transactions, from groceries to transportation, while creating a smoother and more efficient cash system. Behind the scenes, Iraq's banks and financial institutions are updating their systems to accommodate the new notes. ATMs are being recalibrated, merchants are receiving training on new pricing structures, and salary payments in some government sectors are already being made using the smaller denominations. These measures show that the change is not just symbolic. It's being woven into the fabric of daily life across Iraq. At the same time, larger notes are being gradually phased out from circulation, not abruptly removed. The central bank's approach ensures that Iraqis can continue to use their current currency without disruption. Holders of larger bills, both within Iraq and internationally, are being reassured that their notes remain legal tender and continue to hold value. The gradual nature of the transition helps maintain stability, confidence, and trust in the national currency. Internationally, the effects of these changes are also being noticed. Financial institutions in several countries have reportedly updated their internal databases and systems to reflect the new Iraqi dinar denominations. These updates are not official rate changes, but rather technical preparations for smoother transactions once Iraq's monetary reform is fully realized. Such coordination underscores that Iraq's shift is being carefully planned, with both domestic and global implications in mind. Within Iraq, the shift to smaller notes is also being seen as part of a larger effort to strengthen national economic independence. In recent months, Iraq has been conducting more of its oil and trade transactions in dinars instead of US dollars. This move reduces reliance on foreign currency and enhances the credibility and usability of the dinar in both domestic and international markets. The combination of lower denominations and stronger policy direction shows a country working toward monetary self-sufficiency. The central bank has made it clear that this process will take time. There is no sudden cutoff date for the larger notes, and citizens have ample opportunity to exchange them. This gradual rollout prevents confusion or panic, allowing the public to adapt naturally. Meanwhile, the introduction of smaller bills helps reinforce public understanding of the new value structure, ensuring that everyone from merchants to civil servants is prepared for a modernized currency system. For those outside Iraq who hold dinar, it's important to note that the domestic phase-out of large notes does not affect international holdings. The process inside Iraq is primarily aimed at improving the local cash flow and transaction efficiency. International holders are not part of the local exchange process, meaning their notes remain valid and unaffected by these logistical adjustments. Observers are calling this one of the most organized and transparent phases of Iraq's long-anticipated currency reform. The introduction of smaller notes, the collection of larger bills, and the synchronized updates in banking systems all indicate that the country is nearing completion of its monetary restructuring. Each new development adds credibility to the process and demonstrates that this effort is both strategic and far-reaching. Throughout the reform, communication has been a key priority for the central bank. Banks, businesses, and government offices are being educated on how to handle new denominations properly. Public information campaigns are helping citizens understand what these changes mean for their daily transactions. This focus on education reduces confusion and ensures that Iraq's population is informed and ready for the changes ahead. On the global front, banks and international financial networks are quietly preparing too. Updates to internal currency codes, digital systems, and exchange infrastructures are aligning with Iraq's reforms. This shows that the world's financial community is taking notice and preparing for a more integrated role for the Iraqi Dinar in global trade and finance once the domestic reforms are complete. The introduction of smaller notes often signals a country's readiness for a stronger, more functional currency. Historically, such measures occur when a nation's economic conditions and policy environment support increased purchasing power. For Iraq, this development is a sign of progress toward stability and modernization, not devaluation. It's a practical move to ensure that the dinar can function effectively in everyday life. Across Iraq, people are beginning to see the results firsthand. ATMs are dispensing smaller bills, shops are adjusting prices, and public offices are incorporating the new denominations into transactions. Each of these visible steps builds confidence among citizens that the reforms are real and lasting. The steady rollout demonstrates that Iraq is taking measured steps toward a sustainable and modern financial framework. While there's no confirmed timeline for any official changes to the international value of the dinar, the groundwork is undeniably being laid. The coordination between Iraq's central institutions, global banks, and local businesses suggests that the system is being carefully prepared for future adjustments when the time is right. What's clear now is that Iraq is fully engaged in one of the most significant monetary transformations in its modern history. For many who have followed this story for years, the appearance of smaller notes is more than a rumor. It's confirmation that real change is underway. After years of speculation and uncertainty, these concrete developments show that Iraq is implementing a long-term vision to stabilize and strengthen its currency. The patience of those who have watched and waited is finally being met with visible results. As Iraq moves forward, the focus remains on maintaining transparency, order, and stability. By coordinating efforts between the central bank, local banks, and international partners, the country is demonstrating its commitment to building a sustainable monetary system that works for its citizens and gains recognition abroad. Every new report from banks and businesses confirms that this process is well underway. The message is clear. Iraq is entering a new era of currency management. Smaller notes are circulating, larger notes are being collected responsibly, and the foundations for a modern, practical, and internationally recognized dinar are being established. For observers around the world, this moment represents a major milestone in Iraq's financial evolution, one driven by careful planning, national progress, and a commitment to stability for the future.